For me is today for me is a very, very special day because whenever it comes to stories about micro daily, that's what really actually bring people into our company on our products and make people so excited. When I first heard about micro daily or engage global products about 2 years ago, I did not believe that a product could really do all the things that
Oh
they said it
yeah.
could do. Okay, make sure. I did not do everything. I did not believe everything that was said that Microdeli could do. And it wasn't until maybe about 6 months after Jonathan Jones invited me to take a look at Engage Global Products that my wife and I decided, well, nothing else was really working for us in the way of vitamins and nutrients to really give us that oomph that we need whenever it comes to being over 50. We'll just say over 50, and we're going to the gym, we're running, and nothing is really helping us. So we decided to try Engage Global Products. Well, within about 3 weeks, I looked at my wife when we were jogging one day, and I said, you know what? I said, I love the micro daily products. It looked like I'm getting less pain. I have a lot more endurance. I said, but the only thing I don't understand about their products is these products are disappearing pretty quick. And they told me it was going to be a month supply. And my wife looks at me and she says, oh, she said, yeah, they are good. She said, in fact, I'm enjoying using them too. So she actually had started using them without my knowledge, and she validated the point that not only did we have a product that had good talk, but it had a good walk because it actually started working for us. We started turning it on to our friends, and the stories started. And as the story started, I decided that this is a movement that me and my wife would have to be a part of. So the results were we decided 2 years ago to join this company in promoting, in my opinion, the most powerful micronutrient company that has ever been and will ever be. And then when I met Dr. Prasad, that put an exclamation on the point because I knew that this man right here had a sincere desire to make a product that would actually change the dynamics of the health in the world. Now, after I met Jonathan, I had the privilege of meeting another gentleman that had perhaps the biggest collection of stories that I have ever seen when it came to this product. In fact, I heard he was one of the first people to really come on board. And the results was over the last 10, 12 years, he has accumulated stories that were unbelievable. So that being the case, I want to introduce you to the person that was introduced to me that I call him the greatest micro daily storyteller in the company. And his name is Jeff and Helen Ashby. They are a couple that I just saw a couple of weeks ago in Provo, Utah. And I heard even more stories, and it's absolutely been fantabulous. So, Jeff, for the next 55 minutes, we're looking forward to not only hearing your story, but there may be people on here also that have their own stories. So we're going to encourage you that if you have a story, when Jeff opens this up, please, people, please, you have a lot of good things in your head, a lot of wonderful things happening, but it's said that you can't have something in your head. Nobody will ever know it if it stays in your head and never makes it to your mouth. So please call up your people that have had these crazy stories that we've had, invite them to this call. Jeff, for the next 55 minutes, please let us know the realistic story. None of these people are paid to give their story. And of course, there's a disclaimer that he's going to talk to you about. But after then, remember, it's purely your story. Jeff, take it away.
Thank you so much, Bernard Dean. What an amazing experience we had just a week ago. We were all sitting there in Zermatt, and well, actually, we were driving home at that point, but we had just got through and spending an incredible weekend. And many of you can see here from my background, I'm not at home. I'm actually just sitting out in the Jeep quickly here because there's a big women's conference going on. I'm going to just take you outside here quick and just show you around. Um, this is our little community here, and we're at the fairgrounds, the state fairgrounds. You can see up here on the hill behind me, there's a T. That's for Thermopolis. But you can see parking lot full of cars, and this is what we're doing. This is how we're spending our Sunday afternoon as at a Rooted in Faith women's conference. And it's all of my audio gear and everything that's inside. And so Helen is in there running that. But I'm really today relying on those of you that are bringing your stories. Bernard did an amazing job introducing me and saying I've got a lot of stories, but they're not all my stories. They're stories that we have recorded from events like this in the past. But today's all going to be live. I'm going to have to step back in. I may have to turn my camera off at a while to go up and adjust the microphones and take care of all of what's going on here with these ladies. But it's important that we make sure that here, let me get climbed back into the Jeep, get out of the sun here. It's going to be important that we do our disclaimer because of what we're going to hear, the type of stories. It's important that we do the disclaimer. So let me take care of that here while we are all here live. Just follow along with me as I read these words that are on the screen. These statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is solely for educational purposes only and includes recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. However, Engage's products are formulated to address nutritional deficiencies and supply the body with the required nutrients. It's important to note that nothing here is meant to be a substitute for professional medical treatment or consultation with your primary healthcare provider. Now, that having been taken care of, I'm going to move those words out of the way and just spend a moment or so here while we have people preparing. Raise your hand. And between Bernard and I, we will open up your microphone. Well, you'll have to open up your microphones. You have to turn your cameras on, but we'll spotlight you so that you can come up and share your experiences with the Micro Daily products. Amazingly enough, though, I've talked about it just a week ago when we were all at Summit. This incredible product was introduced, and it has just been so amazing. We're talking about Heart Boost. And just if you look at that, the 659,000 Americans that die from heart disease each year, accounting for 1 in 4 deaths. We just heard from somebody earlier today about someone else who is being affected with the cardiovascular issues because of high blood pressure. If you look at the stress that's on everybody's body, what's going on there, we've got types of heart disease. You can see blood vessel disease, irregular heartbeats, congenital heart defects, cardiovascular issues. You go on down through there, heart disease, stroke, abnormal heart functions. All of these things are being addressed with a new product that we have. I'm going to just quickly here show you the benefits. Supports health and function, helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels, aids in keeping blood pressure within a healthy range, contributes to healthy circulation, assists in preserving healthy arteries, fosters increased energy and vitality. And the reason that I'm bringing this up this afternoon is because we only have hours left for people to take advantage of this. Midnight tonight, Mountain Time, you're no longer going to be able to get Heart Boost as a buy one, get one free. And so I'd like to, Bernard, if we could just start out with individuals who were part of the summit, who have been taking this incredible new Heart Boost formula. And let's hear from them as to what they've experienced. I know that myself, it's just been amazing, the extra energy that I have. Even traveling home a week ago, I would get tired at certain sections of the road and feel like I would need to get some kind of a sports drink or something to keep me awake. And it's just amazing, the extra energy because of the increased circulation. That increased circulation, taking micronutrients to areas and parts of the body, also circulation. We heard from individuals like like Daryl. And I don't know if Daryl is on here with us this afternoon, but he started right off sharing with us his experience just in flying. A lot of people understand that when you go up and down in these airplanes, you'll get swelling. It's because it's difficult for the body to go through those cabin pressure changes and where you're at and sitting immobile for so long as you're doing a flight. And for Daryl, it was just amazing the fluids that are normally retained in a situation like that just after a flight, where he felt like the new heart boost was helping his entire circulation, and the extra water was just coming off. That swelling that typically happened did not occur. And so if we can have people come on and share their experiences with the
Uh-huh.
micro daily, Bernard,
Yeah,
maybe you want to
we
share yours.
also have Coraline on here, Jeff,
Oh,
and
fantastic.
I think it's going to be
Okay.
very important to have her on. She's one of the
Okay.
leaders too, and so I kind of asked her to come on because a lot of people that we know of have actually been taking the product. Mine is still en route, so therefore I'm a hold off on mine. But I've heard some, but I definitely am excited to hear about some people that even though it's been only released for a couple of weeks, hey, well, was a couple of weeks last week,
1 week. It
one
was.
week.
It's
So if
been
you've
out 1 week.
had any experiences with using the heart boost within the last week, we want to see your hands, but definitely want to have hear from Coraline. She's one of the leaders, and she said she is. I think she said she is ready to really help get this off the road too. So I definitely want her to be involved here. Now, I'll tell you one thing I heard. It kind of like a sensitive story, but someone shared with us that when it comes to ED, that's huge in the in the big community today. And that's what I was excited about because I know there's a lot of friends that as they get older, their love life kind of diminishes a little bit because of that ED function. But I heard someone at the convention, actually a little bit later on, they had mentioned that they had gotten significant results in that area, and that was specifically blood flow. And Jeff, with your permission, can I ask Dr. Prasad this?
You bet.
Well,
Let's pull him on
Dr.
up.
Prasad, a lot of people in that area started actually getting results. And I was just wondering, what is it that you got the cholesterol, you have the lowering the blood pressure, but also you have people that, of course, with heart problems, we'll talk about that, but with ED that's significantly messing people's lives up. Why are they getting some significant results from that?
well, because of the blood flow. I mean, that's the main issue. And blood flow is the one which determines how good you can perform. And so I think it is the component that we have in the heart formula is increases the blood flow, like citrulline, for example. And that might be helping such people.
Right. And so, and that's huge. And
But
that's
that's
just
very
one area.
important, not only
Yeah.
for that purpose, but also for heart. You know, in other words, the blood flow will be improved throughout, including your brain,
Hmm.
every place else, because that causes vasodilation, and blood vessel gets a little bit, even 10% dilated. You will be happy and you will have more energy.
Right. And that energy aspect becomes huge. And when people get, it used to be young, older, like 60 and all, but right now people 40 plus are
Yes.
having a lot of significant problems when it comes to that. And you
Yeah.
know, when it comes to the heart has the responsibility of sending blood all over. And if that heart is
Right.
not
Right.
operating properly, you're not going to get a good preload, and you're not going to
Exactly.
get enough to actually push it out to the
Right.
extremities of the heart. Is that right, Dr.
That's
Prasad?
correct, because heart is the one responsible for sending blood. So if heart arteries are narrowing and blood is not flowing any place, including, your reproductive organ, and then you will have a problem. But heart is happy and blood vessel is dilated, blood is going through all your body, and then it will be very important for good quality of life while you are aging.
So you and your mate but all of y'all are happy. So let me ask you this. Anyone that's on here, please do not hold back, because we're talking just about the heart boost first. Have anyone got any significant things that they've seen since they've been taking the heart boost? I know it's only been 1 week, but in time, it's going to increase. Please don't, you can raise your hand, your virtual hands, and you can tell you don't want to show your face. We understand that. But anyone that would like to share their experience, please, we invite you to do so.
Hi, Bernard. I can't find my hand.
Okay, and this is Joyce. Joyce Howard.
This
Okay,
is Joyce.
Joyce is joining us. Are you still in Bolivia, Joyce?
No, I'm in the United States, but since I got
so
out of
you're
the high
getting experience.
altitude.
Got you.
And well, I mean, yeah, last year we went to the summit. We drove to Utah, went to the offices and toured the production facilities, but that was last year. But anyway, since we came out of the high altitude and got in this heat, I kept getting low everything, blood pressure, heartbeats per minute. The lowest ones were systolic 66, diastolic 47, beats per minute 42. It's like, I'm getting tired of this. But anyway, so I've been on heart boost for 3 days and all readings are perfect.
Well, what significant differences have you seen with the heart boost?
That's
in 3 days.
That's it.
That's it. Because I had these terribly low blood pressure readings or beats per minute readings. So, the low systolic is 66. It should be at least like 100. I mean, come on. And the low diastolic 47, at least it could be in the 60s. That would be okay. And 42 beats a minute, at least it could be getting around 60, but it wasn't. And so 3 days of heart boost, all readings normal every single time I take it.
That's good you brought that out, because the question was asked, Dr. Prasad, you remember the question was asked at the seminar that everyone was talking about how does our product affect anyone that has a lower heartbeat? And because you said dilation of the vessels, it generally does not, generally equals, the heartbeat was in question. So what would you have to say about that, Dr. Prasad?
No, I think, vasodilation, that means, even in her case, it has many complex way of acting it. Vasodilation is one of the functions, but it has many other type of functions that helps her restore her blood pressure. I mean, that's unheard of that a macronutrient can do it. I would not have predicted it if you asked me. But I try to do my best to look what can be helpful to heart. And it's all related to heart. Heart determines, your blood pressure, and everything is dictated by heart, how heart is functioning.
So therefore, if your heart is beating just too fast, then taking this new heart boost will probably slow it down to normal instead of you having, and maybe even if you had ectopic heartbeats, so that's heartbeats that are irregular, this product seems like it's designed to just help the heart to go back to what it needs to be. It's pretty precise,
because that is the function of all nutrients, to balance out your health. And all the, body has so much complex issue, and to coordinate all those things in one way is very difficult. But nice to hear a report like that, and you feel happy that. Sometimes I make some suggestions, but I really don't know how it happens. And if the fact it is happening, then I have to think that how it is happening, because nobody would have predicted this way. If you have high blood pressure, you can reduce it, but low blood pressure bring to normal level is amazing.
Wow. And by the way, we're just waiting for Jeff to come back up, but the point
also
being,
the effect of the high elevation. Elevation does something in your system. And and maybe vitamin D somehow or other restore it. I don't know. But
thank you so much, Dr. Prasad, because it was really crazy. And even though we're getting older, we normally can run and knock a lot of things out, and I just couldn't. And now I can.
I'm glad
Wow.
to hear it.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
glad
Thank
to
you.
hear it. Thank you.
Excellent. Joyce and Ed, by the way, to actually get them to talk about something is really momentous. People don't understand. They're like our with us. They're
Yeah.
like our herbologists. They're just awesome with whatever they do. Jeff, what do you think about that?
Really amazing. I mean, we've had positive results from the other aspect. I mean, high blood pressure,
Yeah. Yeah.
and lowering, but for it to go in and help the body to balance out, I mean, that just speaks volumes as to how this works, and that's what we're here to do today is to hear people's stories, to hear
Yeah.
what these micronutrients are doing for others. And so, I mean, what an incredible opportunity is here. So I see Coraline has her microphone open. Is there something
Okay.
you'd like to add, Coraline?
Well, I mean, Bernard kind of puts you on the spot and says you have to participate. So since I have to participate,
That's the perils of being a leader.
first I want to say, it was so great to meet everyone in Utah. And as we introduced this new product, it's really exciting. We did a pop-up the other day, and we kind of focused on performance, and so I'm just going to say this. For me, when I look at how I share this product, I don't care why you use the product, okay? I don't care if you use the product because it helps with performance. I just want you to use the product, Bernard, because once you get the product in your body and you
Yes.
start seeing the significant change, and then I can introduce you to the next product and the next product and help people understand that Heart Boost is just that. It's a boost. But when you go back to Dr. Prasad's basic bundle and you get the micro daily and the probiotic and you add the digestive boost and then you add the heart boost, you have an opportunity for optimal, just a great lifestyle. And so that's what's important to me. And I'm just so appreciative every time Dr. Prasad creates a new product. You go like, can it get better? And the question is, yes, it keeps getting better. So for all of our men that are using this product and finding a great result, thank you for using it. Continue to use it. If you just started with the boost, let us sit down and show you the entire line, why it's important to do all of that. And then let's see, not only will it help with performance, it's also going to help with high blood pressure. It's going to help with cholesterol. It's going to help with circulation. It's going to do all of those things. And we want everyone to use this product. So I'm really excited about the Heart Boost, Dr. Prasad. Thank you. And I'm going to encourage everyone on this call, if you have not yet taken advantage of the opportunity to buy 2, get 1 free, it ends tonight. Not tomorrow, it ends tonight. So if you don't have your order in, make sure you get them placed. Bernard, did I do good?
I ordered 12. And I did. I'm thinking about ordering more actually, because I was just telling someone the story yesterday, and it kind of hurt me to tell it. I had a friend of mine that was on Micro Daily about a year ago, and just Micro Daily, no Heart Boost. And any of you that are on this line, if you're on for the first time, I'm telling you, couldn't have been in a better place at a better time, because all these companies offer products that doesn't work. And this is the first time I've ever been with a company that, whether I ever made a dime with this company, I will be out declaring, Dr. Prasad, though you have a validation. I pulled up some of your podcasts, by the way, from years ago. I looked at some of the information when you were Linus Pauling. I looked up the information of the vitamin E succinate and so on. I looked that up with you, and it was so great. But I had a friend about a year ago, Jeff, with your permission, just to relate this before we move on. I had a friend that was on Micro Daily, and Micro Daily probiotic, and he was doing great. And for some reason, I looked on in November, and I noticed that he had come off. And I said, man, I was doing great, running around, close to my age, and relating. I went up to see my mother. She passed over some things. She refused to look at these products. But anyway, he came off, and I was trying to reach him. But by the time I actually got back to it, he had actually passed. and he
Yeah.
passed of a heart attack. Now, what was interesting about that, I can't say that microdaily and probiotic could have saved his life, but I will say his wife recognized that when he was on Dr. Prasad, when he was on your products, he was doing extremely well. And when people get comfortable, sometimes they decide, hey, it's just something else. It's
Yeah.
just a micronutrient. And he
But
came home.
Bernard, let me jump in and ask you this question. Is that because we're used to taking medication? So when we take medication, we take it, they say, complete this bottle, now you don't take it anymore. So I wonder if it's a mindset that we really have to work with our team members on, our customers, to say, no, 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 this is different. This is micronutrients. You continue to take them. You eat every day, right?
Every day,
We
every
have
day.
to change that mindset. And I think that's what happens, because we're hearing too many of that same example. Like, they were doing fine and then they decided they didn't need the product anymore. It just has
I
to be
agree.
part of your lifestyle.
Well,
And
they
also
act.
that when you
Go ahead,
suddenly
Dr.
stop taking vitamin, your body feels extreme deficiency of nutrient because your body was getting used to nice level of nutrient, and suddenly you stop it, then you look like a totally deficiency. And that can adversely affect all your health and
Right.
everything else.
So I think we just have to help people understand, you're not taking medication, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
Taking something, your body needs this all the time, you guys. Make it a part, it has to be part of your budget. It just has to be, if it's important to you.
You're
And
feeding
it does not
yourselves, feeding
interfere, actually,
yourselves.
it does not interfere any medication you are taking, and actually it can improve their effectiveness and reduce their potential toxicity. So you
Yeah.
can have a double advantage if you have certain kind of disease process.
Back to you, Jeff. I mean,
Well, that's powerful.
yeah, powerful.
Absolutely. Thank you, leaders, Corleen and Bernard, for coming on here. It looks like we have Gretchen Daniels' hand that is up, and so Gretchen, looks like you're poised and ready to share a testimony here with us tonight. This is your story.
Okay,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
so I did order the bundle, and I'm about to order another couple more actually. Because I just went to see my doctor on Monday of last week, and she said, I want you to start writing down your blood pressure, because the medication that they tried to give me is the lowest dose, and it still makes me sick to the point where I lost consciousness one time from taking it. So I've been drinking apple cider vinegar, and it's been pretty much keeping it under control. But if I miss drinking that one day, it's like, it's 150 over something crazy. So I started taking the pills, and I've been taking my blood pressure, and I'm like, is this what's happening? I'm like, is this real? You know? And so I just took it. I just ran back in the room because I wanted to take it with my, running to see what my blood pressure would look like. It still was like 130 over 77. So that's with me exerting myself. So it has come down tremendously, and it's peaking when I'm relaxed at like 122, 23 over 78. And I'm like, is this for real? So I'm excited about it, and I'm just jotting down what my blood pressure is every time I take it. So I'll be able to give you even more information after, because she wanted me to do it for 2 weeks. So I'm so excited. I thank you so much, Dr. Prasad. I'm like, he's taking care of everything I need. He's helping so many people, and I want to share it so that everybody can benefit from it as well. I feel just like the other person that was just talking. You cannot go wrong with it. It is excellent. It works, and it has changed my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, Gretchen, and thanks for taking it to that next degree and running from room to room and then checking your blood pressure again. I mean, in activity, you're 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 doing things that prove it to the rest of us. So thank you for that. And Bernard, just like you, we added some more. I mean, we ordered them yesterday because I needed customer services help, but we're up to 24 bottles or 8 of those 3-packs ourselves, just because this is something. One of Helen's best friends here locally, we were with her yesterday. We need to clean some stuff out of her yard and go to the landfill. She's had open heart surgery multiple times. She has a pacemaker. She's just needed all of this extra help. Well, we came back and it was a week ago tomorrow. We got back late Sunday night from the event, and we gave Linda a bottle of the heart boost. And she, from that point, from basically Monday through Saturday, had not had any AFib at all.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
just
Wow.
nothing. In fact, she felt good enough to climb in the Jeep with us, go out. She was helping us load and unload stuff to kind of get ready for winter here before the snow flies. And she just couldn't get over it. In fact, it was so powerful for her. She actually got on the call that we did Monday night. She'd been on the product and she was the winner of one of those bottles that was given away by Sadie. And she feels like that all of these things were an answer to her prayers, Dr. Prasad.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it's only been a week. I think everybody on here need to hear this, because if it's only been a week, can you only imagine what 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to do? Jeff, you brought out an interesting point. Everybody on this, I promise you, everybody that's on this call tonight got somebody that have some type of heart issue. So whether they have a stent, whether they have a defibrillator, whether they have a pacer, some people have asked the question, should you give the heart boost on that? Jeff, you just answered that for us. They should especially get it. Over 650,000 people in the U.S. dying from heart problems every year. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
Yep. We need this product. In fact, it's really been amazing for us to look at the volume this week over last month and the difference. So we've got a lot of people that are saying, this could be that answer. And they're doing like we are, going out and they're purchasing extra because this is such a good price. But it's also, we're finding that people are noticing a benefit, just like Coraline alluded to. This could be a great lead product. This could be something somebody's going to feel, so that then they're open enough to get all of the rest of it. I know that Dr. Prasad has created this as a boost, and so you need the microdaily EMF in there. You need the probiotic. But there must. But we've actually had people notice a difference.
Yeah.
By just taking the heart boost alone. It opened
will have some
door.
this will have some value, no question about it. But for optimal value, what you are saying is correct.
Yeah. So amazing.
Any micronutrient, if you take, even if you take just probiotic alone, it will do some good, better than zero, but not the optimal.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we really we want, that optimal benefit. And that's the way that we're doing it. But I'm also just saying this is such a great price, and it's available here for just what, about $3.30 here, $4.30, $5.30, $6.30, $7.30, and we have till midnight Mountain Time. And so those of you that have access to your back office, go in there, get another bundle or two of these products. Melanie's saying we want optimal. You need to make room for these in your budget. It's that important. Who else would like to come forward and share their experience? And we're halfway through tonight's get together on stories. What what are some of the other stories that may come from other products? Because we have quite a few people on here that maybe haven't even had any experience with the Micro Daily products. So let's look for some more hands. It looks like Dolores has opened up her mic. Go ahead, Dolores.
Hey, Jeff, Dr. Prasad, and everybody. Well, I just want to say, with as far as the heart boost, I just took my third dose. When I got it yesterday, I just went ahead and took two. And so this morning, I took another one. I was telling an affiliate last night, I really want to declare that from that first dose last night, I could tell a difference in my feet. I don't have high blood pressure, anything like that. I've been a natural product person for 30 years, so I'm not dealing with high blood pressure, but I don't want to deal with it either. So I'm making sure I take my heart boost, but I take all the other products. Like Corleen was saying, we need the bundle plus the boost, because they all address different things and they work together. And I want to thank Dr. Prasad, because I know the heart boost is going to really work something for me, because my feet, I be feeling like, I guess like tingling, but my doctor says it's not. It's not that I have poor circulation. But whatever it is, the heart boost is telling the difference. My feet felt better this morning than they felt in a long time. So everybody, anybody, please take the micronutrients. You're not taking a medicine, you're not taking a multiple vitamin, you're taking a micronutrient, which is nothing but food, and we all need that. So I thank Dr. Prasad, I thank you, Jeff, I thank Jonathan, I thank everybody, Dave. So everybody, get your micronutrients.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Dolores. And my goodness, just 2 doses. You say you got your product last night, had 1 dose, another one this morning, and you're noticing it in your feet already.
Jeff, Dr. Court tested right there in German. Just 1 dose gave to a person, and he measured some eye or something, heart rate or something. They have
heart rate variability.
Yeah, variability, and that was markedly improved. Just 1 dose.
Single dose.
Single dose. Yeah. I mean, and then he's going to send me some data on that issue. But I mean, it is amazing, though.
Wow, it really is. It looks like Gretchen has raised her hand again. And then we're going to go to Shelley Dean. Shelley's been participating here with us with her microphone, camera open. So Gretchen, did you raise your hand by accident, or did you want to add something else?
I forgot to mention that I'm a pescatarian. So nutrients mean a lot. We already don't get it all from our food. So I was a vegan and I became a pescatarian because I wasn't getting enough protein and I felt like I was missing something. But after the radiation, what I was telling Bernard and Jonathan about is this back fatigue that I feel. And that's another thing I have not felt in the past couple of days since I started taking the blood boost. So I'm like, I had a meeting today and I didn't feel that fatigue. And I was like, I forgot to mention that, because I don't know if that's coming from because I'm getting more circulation, or it's almost like I can feel like everything's breathing, if that makes any sense.
Wow.
So I just wanted to see what Dr. Prasad, if that's the feeling that
Yeah, I mean many things I can't explain it, because there's many things people don't know about how nutrients work. But one thing we can say that vasodilation, that is circulation, is so critical for all your energy, heart, everything else. And that looks like having an impact on everybody's health.
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think it was kind of a Freudian slip there, but she called it blood boost versus heart boost. But it's the heart and the blood. It's all so
together.
important. So important that we get that that life-giving liquid to all of our extremities, and it just we're seeing incredible stories. Wow, you guys, we're about 15 minutes away. I'm sure we've got some other ones. Is there anybody else that would like to share their experiences? I know
I think Michelle was there next.
Yep, Michelle. Let's go ahead and add you on up here. Go ahead, lady.
Yes. There you go, Michelle.
Hello, Dr. Prasad. Hi, Jeff. Hello, everyone. Well, I have so many experiences. First of all, let me just talk about myself. So I have thyroid issue and I've been struggling it since 2019. And 2 years ago, when we got introduced to the micronutrients, I went on and like my husband mentioned earlier, I first, when he got the product, I actually started using some of it quietly. And he was wondering why is the product's getting less and less so quickly. But in any case, I found, I got good results from using it. And so I went ahead and signed up and I am using my own products and I've been having some really great success, especially, or as you know, when you have thyroid issue, you're struggling with so many things, hair loss, dry skin, fatigue, all sorts of things. But these products have helped me tremendously with all of those conditions. I mean, I don't have no hair loss and skin issues and tiredness and any of that anymore. The collagen is really amazing for all of that as well. So thank you, Dr. Prasad. You've helped me greatly with everything, And then I can't actually wait to use the Heart Boost. I never had high blood pressure or low blood pressure issues or anything like that. But I can't wait to use that product. So I'm excited to, try the new product. But all the products that we've been using and we're using everything is amazing. And what I can also tell you is when we were at Zermatt at our recent conference, I spoke to Dr. Prasad personally about my thyroid issue. He felt my neck and he suggested something I need to do. And so I've actually taken his advice and I'm using what we call a therapeutic dose. I'm using the original as well as the original microdaily as well as the EMF microdaily, and it's amazing. That two in combination, amazing. So thank you, Dr. Prasad, for everything. And yeah, there's a lady on here. I see her name is Brenda. I'm not sure, is it somebody that I know? But Brenda is also having amazing results with the microdaily and the collagen. So if it is her, I would also encourage her to give her personal testimony.
And thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah.
Amazing. And just what you stated there, sometimes we need a little bit more. Sometimes we need a therapeutic dose for a short period of time to just help our body tip that teeter-totter back in our own favor. And so with Dr. Prasad suggesting that in your situation, maybe there's somebody else on today's call that needs to take that approach as well. Just to increase the dose for just a short period of time, but make sure you dose up and then you ease it back off. Don't dose up and then immediately cut it off. And we've had that experience before. Okay, so we have Ed Howard and then Melanie that is next. Thanks again, Shelley, for coming forward. All right, Ed, we got your we heard from your sweetheart here earlier, and so what about you?
I'm really happy about that. Well, hey, how you doing, Dr. Prasad? Really nice to see you on the camera here.
Thank you.
You're very nice. Really appreciate you helping with Joyce. Because we tried a lot of things, but it really did bring it up to normal. That's a big feat because she was way down, up to 49 beats a minute and down there with a low systolic and diastolic, and then took that, and next morning it was like perfect. And then the next time we took it, perfect. perfect. So I'm like, wow. Anyway, I'm on it too. It's helping. I just wanted to mention one of the people Jeff had mentioned we could talk a little about some other issues. Christina in Bolivia, she was very, very worried. This was a referral from one of my friends for 30 years in Bolivia, and she needed all the information and everything. Anyway, she had so many issues, and that she had had so much trouble with anything going into her body. I was like, well, the best thing you can do is try to give the body what it needs, and then you can see what it does. And so she started on the basic bundle, the probiotic and the probiotic and the micro daily EMF, right? Yeah.
Mm.
And she was like, wow, the probiotic was really good, but she did have some ups and downs for the first week or two or three. But we kept working with her and giving her reasons why she should continue. And she did continue. And about the third week, she was like, wow, this stuff is really good. So she was definitely sold on it, the probiotic. She had all kinds of emotional issues, which probiotic, by producing the serotonin and the dopamine and all the other things that you'd explained, we were able to explain to her that that's what was helping. Then she went on the Omega. She's like, I have to get it. I have to get three sets of all of this stuff. But since we couldn't get that much down to Bolivia, we had to give it to her monthly. So she got the Omega, and she still has some of the micro daily EMF, and we provided her another probiotic, and so her gut bacteria should be building up, and so she'll be dropping down to the maintenance dose on the probiotic of 2 a week. I think she's on that, and she's just super happy, and she's got the Omega, and she's real happy about that. She was so messed up she couldn't really use the sleep boost. Her system wasn't able to take it, but I think later on she'll be able to use it. And she was having terrible trouble with sleep, but she hasn't been complaining about the sleep now. And so the Omega and the probiotic and the micro daily EMF, she loves it. Loves it, yeah.
Country was almost at war.
Country was almost at war. They were having all kinds of things, and she came up with some dollars to pay for it. The currency had crashed, and it was there was no gasoline. There were no imports. They stopped all the imports and everything else, but didn't sell dollars or permit dollars in the bank. But somehow she found some and was able to pay for it, and was able to get some better health. So we'll keep you up to date on that.
Oh, thank you, Ed.
Yeah, thank you. It was really a struggle, but she's on the mend now. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Amazing, Ed. Thanks for coming on and sharing that. Okay, so we have Melanie and then Carol, and that looks like it could be it. Go ahead, Melanie.
Okay, so my experience with micro daily, I guess I started back in 2022, maybe. I was just tired and just didn't feel good. So went and tried to get some help, and got some help, and they mentioned, do you take some type of vitamin? And I was like, no. Well, I came across micro daily from my aunt who knew about the product, and I started using it. And when I took the micronutrients, and I tell you, within 3 weeks I was not tired like I used to be tired. I used to be at work at my desk falling asleep during the day. Like, that's something I didn't like, having that feeling. Or I also would wake up so groggy, my whole life. I always remember, I would always say I'm not a morning person. Do not talk to me before 11 o'clock. And I'm kind of like growling at you a little bit. But since, taking the micronutrients, I'm not like that anymore. I'm not pleasant when I wake up. I feel well rested. I have so much energy. And the reason one of the other things I wanted to, test or check was because I have fibroids. So using Dr. Prasad's product, every ultrasound I got, they kept shrinking and shrinking. And so then recently I let up off of my high dosage, and I noticed a change, and instantly I could feel that they grew back, but that was because of a change I made. So just having the opportunity to talk to Dr. Prasad like we did in Utah, and he giving me some protocols, so I'm excited to get back on to see those same results that I got before. And I really believe that I'll have those same results. I just need to stay on track to the protocol that he suggested, and I think everything is going to be fine from there. So I'm so excited, and I just appreciate Dr. Prasad so much, just being able to talk to him, and just the whole community, just everybody just working together. So thank you so much, Dr. Prasad, and everyone who assists us through the process.
Thank you that was a good report. I'm happy.
Thanks, Melanie. That really was special. All righty, Carol, you're up. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I need to give a little family history before I start. My mother's side of the family, they have had a lot of strokes. It was 8 children. She and 2 of her sisters and a brother died from stroke. And my grandfather also died from a stroke. Now, in February, I had a blackout completely. I was walking towards my front gate, and next thing I knew, when I opened my eyes, the ground was coming up to my face. I think I braced myself a little, although I wasn't, aware of it. So I had bruising on my chin, my chest, my lips were bitten, and I had bruising on the palms as well. I did a lot of investigations. They couldn't find anything. They didn't see any sign of stroke or anything like that. Just normal changes for my age, I was told. Before that, I was having slight headaches. And I would notice that sometimes after I have a headache, my memory goes a little bit. But gradually over a period of time, it would come back. And I would be biting, the side of my lip when I'm chewing. Somebody that had a stroke told me that's what happens to him too. But, I did an MRI after that, and they still didn't find anything. Now, last week, we were on a call with Mr. Nemelka, and Coraline asked me to say something. I don't have a clue what I said. I remember starting with the word amazing, and then everything just blacked out. I don't know if I said anything. I can't remember what happened. The following day, I went shopping. I also go to the bank, the 2 pharmacies, and the supermarket. I went to the pharmacy first to get some eye drops. I paid for them, while I was going to the cashier, I took up something else. I paid the cashier and then walked out to the pharmacy. I went to the bank, joined the line, remember that I hadn't gone back for the drops. So I got out of the line, went back for the drops, and went to the other pharmacy. When I got there, I was supposed to buy some tablets for my dogs, some flea and tick tablets from NexGard. I bought a bottle of honey and some gloves, and I left. I went to the supermarket, picked up half of the stuff I needed, because what happened was I remember there was something else. I was going towards it, joined the line, and left. When I got back home, I said, what on earth happened to me today? I just didn't know what happened. I didn't go back to the bank. I had forgotten to take the drops, but then I remembered and got them. I didn't buy the tablets for the dogs. And half of the stuff I needed from the supermarket, I just didn't get it. To this day, I don't know what I said when Coraline asked me to talk. I still don't remember that. But the following day, I realized that I was feeling much better. And to be honest, I think the brain boost saved me. Because I don't see how all that could happen, and then there was nothing left after that. Something must have cleared it up. And I think the brain boost did that. I'm still worried because I don't know, what is going to happen. But I'm just keeping my fingers crossed.
No, that's
Thank you,
amazing,
thank
Carol.
you.
Thank you for sharing that. And you know, we go through cycles like that. In the last 10 years, I've seen many individuals go through a little bit of a brain reset that way, as aspects of the brain are receiving additional circulation. Some of those, let's call them cobwebs, are cleaned out, and you'll be thinking even clearer after that. But there might be some hours or a day like you've just described where things just aren't readily accessible, but like you've described, that next day it's easier to think, it's just freer. It's like somebody took a squeegee to your windshield. Things just look better, look brighter. And so thank you for sharing with us. We've got one more here that Dr. Rich and Linda have asked if they could come up, and so thank you again, Carol. And Dr. Prasad, before we close this up, Dr. Rich and Linda have
Thank
asked.
you, Dr. Prasad. Thank you very much.
Sure.
There we go.
Thank you. This is
Hey, look at
this is from our. Not only do we have the best product from Dr. Prasad, but this is what we wore to launch the company that produces our product and puts it, encapsulates it. Not only do we have the best product from Dr. Prasad, but we have the best company in the United States for sure that encapsulates our products. But I did some research. That's why I have this on. It's my research uniform. We have our blood vessels. There's our arteries, arterioles, and capillaries. If they were laid end to end in a human body, an adult human body, they would circulate. There are 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our body.
Wow.
60,000 miles. Now, to put that in perspective, the circumference of the globe is 24,000 miles. So our blood vessels laid end to end would circulate the globe twice. Okay. When you go from the arteries, the arterioles to the capillaries, the blood vessels, the blood cells can only pass the capillary one cell at a time. One cell at a time. The body circulates in a day, 1,800 gallons a day circulate through that system. So what got me is that 6 quarts of blood circulate 3 times a minute. That means that's 60,000 miles times 3. That's 180,000 miles of circulation per minute. So, and as we all know, the blood is what takes our micro daily nutrients to every cell and take away the blood vessels, take away those waste. So that, I hope, puts in perspective how important this new product, this Heart Boost, is to help circulation, to circulate those blood vessels through our system tremendously. So I just wanted to throw out some statistics that we have an amazing body that God created. Thanks, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, thank you for telling us. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
Dr.
great.
Rich.
It's great, Dr. Rich. And I also saved my uniform as well. So, all righty.
You look good, Dr. Rich.
Corleen has her hand up. If you want to go ahead, Corleen.
I just want to say this to Carol as I was sitting there listening to her share. The most important thing, Carol, is that you continue to use this product and that you know that we are all here to support you. And I think that's, for me, I was like, okay, yeah, some days are better than others, but we're here to support you 100%. And we just want you to make sure that every day you use your product. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So true. And yes, thanks, Corleen, for coming on and sharing that. And I just, as an answer to Timothy's question in the chat, I wish we could extend it, but it's this is it, you guys. Midnight tonight, the Heart Boost will go off special. It's going to be $40 a bottle, just like it is regular, $39.99. You have just hours left. It's 4 p.m. We've got until midnight, so you can do the math as to how many hours that equates out to. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss out on this special. So I share that with you. And my goodness, Dr. Prasad, thank you for being
Jeff,
here.
I just have one more thing before you close out. I'm going to say this. If anyone has reward points, this is a great product to use for your reward points. You don't get the the bundle special, but you still get the product, because the most important thing is that you get this product and you start using it and you start sharing it with other people, because I really do believe that this product is going to change everything. Back to you.
Thank you again, Dr. Prasad. And yes,
Thank you.
be creative, everybody. Try and get as much as that heart boost as possible. Thank you for spending your time here with us today. I love all of the participation in the chat. I bought the special already. Thank you for answering my questions. Yes, we bought the special and then we bought it again, just because it was that important for us to make sure that we had the product. Thank you again, Dr. Prasad. If everybody would like to open up their microphones and their cameras, let's thank Dr. Prasad and wish each everybody a good night.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dr.
thank you,
Prasad.
Dr.
Thank you, Dr.
Good
Prasad.
job,
Prasad.
Jeff. Good job, Jeff.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Clean.
Bye, Dr.
Thank you,
Prasad.
Dr.
everybody.
Prasad. Goodbye.
Thank
So
you.
much, Dr.
Cheers.
Prasad.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Very informative.
Have a great
Truly
night.
enjoyed this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everybody,
Well, next
take
week,
care. Be
people. Next
blessed.
week,
Bye,
same
everyone.
time.
Bye-bye.
Same time
Bye,
on
everybody.
cancer.
Goodbye.
Same
Everyone have a
time.
blessed day.
Blood
Good
cancer.
night.
All right.
Good night,
You
everybody.
too.